river wind and water blowing. Though there I can see up there remnants of the blue, despite the fact that the rain has been coming down sideways. I wanted to share with you what I am experiencing right now on the eve of the art fair. This tree, this wind, the energy of the Earth Mother. This tree here is over 100 years old. It's maybe 200 years old. It's rooted deep in the earth. Wind chimes clanging. And the wind sounds like a freight train in the sky. It sounds like a freight train in the sky. Let's listen. You and I right here, right now, in this moment, listening to the freight train in the sky. Hopefully the power doesn't go off. Hopefully the electric people have done their job in keeping the lines clear, that no poles blow down, no trees fall over the lines. Right now it's kind of calm. But a second ago, a minute ago, it was crazy. Crazy blowing. The sky was blowing. Those tree limbs are just moving. And the sky, you can see up there, it's going fast. Those clouds are booking fast. What is this, like 20-mile-an-hour wind? 30-mile-an-hour wind? It's not like a hurricane or a cyclone. Of course, we don't have hurricanes in the West anyway. What do they have? What do they call them? Monsoons or cyclones? It's monsoons in the West, on the Pacific, in the Atlantic, they're hurricanes. Same kind of a thing. It looks similar on a radar map. That tree had leaves all over it just the other day. Now the leaves are on the ground. Big wind comes and sweeps the leaves clean. Hopefully another big blow will happen in a second. That way, it's so gray. Rain. It's paused right now, but over there it's sideways. Rain whipping through sideways. Luckily, I got a fire going. It's warm in the house. Fire roaring in the wood stove. And even if the power does go out, I can still make dinner for my family on the wood stove. But listen. Listen to the sound of the world speak right now. That roar, That's the sky. The sky ripping through the limbs of evergreen trees. The music of the sky. Right here, right now. Inside, I feel awe. Inside, I feel the awe that never gets old. It's like you're a kid and it's the first time you sleep outdoors at night and it's clear and you see the Milky Way. All those stars up in the sky, other suns, other worlds just waiting to be discovered by you. In your kid imagination, you go there. Well, that's how I feel right now with these storms, the thunders, the lightning, the rivers of rain, even though it is miserable to be in a river of rainstorm on the earth, to go outside, to drive in them, to get wood, to do your chores. It's miserable out there. I just wanted to share this moment with you. I'm going to get back to painting here in a second. The river in the sky is roaring tonight. The river in the sky is roaring tonight, running over rapids, bumps on the ground, mountains, valleys, trees, bees, keys to the earth. But let's just listen to that roar. The wind, it just sounds like water rushing over rocks, like water, waves of it coming in at the coast. Damien, I am in the Oregon coast, the Oregon coastal mountains. That's where I'm at. The Oregon coastal mountains. It is 5:30 p.m., 5:30 in the evening. It's dark. Doesn't it? It does. I don't want to go out any further because then the wind's going to go right over the top of the microphone and it's going to give you an annoying sound, and I don't want that. I just want the good sounds. Yeah, it's like a Halloween tree. It's even nice, this tree when you're looking out and it's got a full moon and you can see the full moon through the branches. Yeah, that tree's like 200 feet tall. Yeah, I think it's like 200 feet tall. And it's so dark. Look at that. That's like either rain. That's the rain in the sky. Thank you for subbing. Now, this isn't the only kind of things I do for my content. I do a lot of other stuff. I'm gonna probably do some live art after dinner, and then all right. Hey Damon, thank you for subbing and thank you for coming into the chat. I'm just gonna hang out here for another minute and then I'm gonna get back to my work. I'm right in the middle of an art project. Last minute stuff before an art fair that I have going to go sell my work at tomorrow or the next day. All right, guys. Thank you very much for looking in, even just for a few minutes. Thank you for the quick conversation, Damien, for subbing. Damien, probably in like 2 hours or less. 2 hours, probably like 2 hours from now. I do have a lawnmower. I have a riding lawnmower and a push lawnmower face rug. Yeah. I prefer the riding lawnmower because my ground territory is kind of all right. But you know what, Damon? 2 hours is too long, Pamela. You know what? If you go into my long play videos, so I have some long play videos that I just dropped early this morning of some of my art that I've been working on. But you know what? Here's what I'll do. I'm gonna turn this off, and then I'm gonna go turn it. Well, here. I can go on. Let me see. 5:30. I'm gonna end this live stream, and then I'm gonna come back on in like 10 minutes or less, maybe. Yeah. Or not. Okay. Well, let's just turn the camera around. That's me. I'm gonna go. I'm just gonna continue this stream.
That you've never met all by yourself. There has not been the mandatory reporting.
Okay, I'm gonna stay on then. This is what we're doing now. So, all right, Damon, this is what I was working on right before I went on, and so, and let me just turn another light on, and that's it. So we're doing kind of a. He's got these haystack rocks that are all over the place off the coast of Oregon, and I think Washington State as well. And we're at sunset, so they're silhouetted. And this is like a container ship or something like that that's going on by. And so I'm just kind of, at this point in time, what I am doing here is I am using fluid acrylics like they were watercolors. So I do have some watercolors here. We're not using watercolors this time. This is my watercolor set. But in order to get some more brilliant colors, we're just using the, I'm kind of making like rocks, like the rocks you might see off of off the ocean. And what I'm applying right here, this is a transparent bone black. It's a bone black, and it is a transparent color. I'm going to probably leave some of the color in here. I'm not going to try to cover up all the color. And then I'm just going to do a little bit more color in the sky, and then I'm going to go, welcome, Fatima, welcome. Then I'm just going to move right on to the next one and do another one. And do another one just very similar to this, or probably just like it. I'm making these cards for sale. And that's what I'm doing. And I just need another brush. But one of the things I'm going to try is I have this. This is like a. This is not a me. This was a greeting card, but I really like the background on this. I'll probably do it in a watercolor. Not the exact same thing. I'll put something else, like maybe a bird or something like that. I'll sketch a bird out and do a wash of some kind. I think something similar to that. We'll try something like that and see what happens. And so where we are at right now, we are going to just kind of fill in a little bit of the blanks here. And I want to add a different color into the sky. Maybe some colors that have a little bit more light. This is a fluorescent rose. Just a little bit. Sometimes when you're doing this, that the whole less is more. I'm just going to put this just a little bit up here. It's kind of layered in, and this is what this essentially is just it's a blank greeting card. And so, you know, for somebody wants to give it to somebody for a Christmas card or birthday card or whatever, just a get well card. I don't know, do people send cards anymore? I've been painting cards for a while. Let's see. Let me see. I hope the stream is clear. I should probably test it. I have another device I can test it with. Just adding a little bit of texture here. Some different color variations to that, so you can get some depth, the depth of field, just a little bit. I don't really want to spend too much time on it. And I'll put a little bit, and since the sky and the water are reflective, we're just going to add some of that color in down here. Being careful about going over those yellow areas to make sure that you because you know, yellow and blue make green. Granted, when you are in the water, you do sometimes see green waves or green. You often see green looking into the ocean. It's sort of a grayish green color, but kind of like this color is something you often see when you are down in the ocean. I'm just going to just put just a few bit of these rose highlights in here. And I think I'm going to leave a lot of this white space as white because, you know, you got white waves and stuff like that. But I'm going to come back in over here and fill in just a little bit. Feel a little bit here. I'm going to leave that, some of these light areas there. Just like that. Some high up clouds. I started painting 10 years ago. I've been painting for almost 10 years. Roughly about 10 years. And I've come a long ways, I can tell you that. And not very far at all, but it's all about the practice. You know, you gotta spend the time in the practice, and it takes a long time to learn how to it takes a long time to paint a straight line, if you to be frankly honest with you. No, I don't teach art. I do not teach art. I'm a retired bartender. We'll put it to you that way. That's the best way to put it, is that I'm a retired bartender. Or the last job I did, I worked as a waiter and a bartender. And right now I caregive. I caregive for family. So I'm going to put some of this fluorescent chartreuse in here so we get some really brighter light in it. And I think what I want to do, because this right over here, this area over here feels like it should be just blown out by the light. So like maybe the sun is right over here. Do you get that sense? Again, I got that sense when I was looking at it. Like this is where that sun is in the sky. It's back here. And so it really has blown out this area. And so get in here, it'll be a little bit of orangey. And so in how this is, and how the color is on here, it just gave me this feeling like when you're looking at the sun is over there and it is just blowing it all out. I should be a teacher. Well, maybe what I am doing is that for those who are willing to listen, I do have a lot of lessons that I can give, and so a lot of videos, but there are a lot of other people who do art videos that are far better with the color theory, and they got all that knowledge down. I'm just a self-taught painter, Damon, and I taught myself how to do all of this. Plus, I've done, I watched a lot of tutorials and videos, so I want to get just a little bit of this sense of, you have the light coming out from behind these rocks, a little bit orangey over here. So on the edge, there we go. Though it does kind of makes it a little bit greeny there. I think this is just about done. What do you think? Maybe a little bit more. We're going to go back to the primary yellow. And I think that's it. A little more on the primary yellow. Maybe, no, maybe I'll go with a little of this fluorescent orange here. This is golden. Right here, this is a golden high flow acrylics. And you can use them however you like to, I suppose. I use them like they were watercolors. 910, huh? Yeah, these are professional grade paints. So essentially, here's the rule of thumb is, paint like you're a millionaire. When you go buy your products, once you've invested a couple of years, you start out with your student grade paints and all that, but if you find that you really, really like the painting, you might as well just invest in some higher grade paints. But you especially, Daniel, or Damien, you should especially invest in higher grade paints if you are selling your work. If you're selling your work, you want to make sure that, even like this. This is just I'm selling these cards. I sell these cards, and put that light up there. I sell these things, and when I go to art shows and things like that, these are the items that sell. My larger paintings, I sell one or two paintings a year, but it's not for the amount of time and effort that you put into uh, you know that you put into something. It's these things. I don't know. That's all I can say. You can, if you selling little things and you sell a lot of them, in the end you'll end up, you're not going to get rich, but you'll end up putting more of yourself out there in the world. But I guess that's what I'm trying to say. And then we'll just clean the brush off just a little bit. I want to go back in to that blue, put some more of that blue down in there. You're eating a banana, huh? You must be on the East Coast. Are you on the East Coast? Because it's completely dark on the East Coast. It's really dark now too. All right, let's put a little bit more blue, and then we'll call it good. And just a little more. This is that primary cyan, and gonna come in here. Some high up blue clouds, just like that. I'm gonna come back in here. Bit more blue. We'll just leave the white, some of the white spaces in, and I think it's done there. I'm gonna call it done. We're calling it's done. I'm gonna put these brushes over here, and then we're gonna do one other thing. There's some birds flying in. When you're down at the coast, there's always seagulls. There we go, just a couple. Maybe one more. This one's a long ways away. There we go. How does that look? I'm going to sign my name on the back. And then we're going to do something else. Hand painted greeting card. What's today's date? 11 November 5th, right? Yeah. I think that's what it is. What is it? Is that the date? It's 11/6. Today's the 6th. 11/6/2025. All right. And then this is how it looks. And that's how it looks. Nice little image. It went pretty fast. All right, that's one. Let's do another one. So I think what I said is I want to do an image like we're going to wash those colors out in the back. And we'll put a something on here. I gotta find I need something to sketch. I don't want to do something that, well, let's see. Maybe we could do that. Something whimsical. I don't want to do something that I haven't done before. Not on a live video. I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna sketch this birdie out, and we'll do something. We'll just sort of do a use this thing. Do I need to? I don't have a pencil shaver here. Very lightly. We'll do it very, very lightly. Hopefully that works. A long beak. Comes back here. Yeah, it looks about like a bird, right? And then maybe it's got some more of the feather thing goes over this way. Bit over like that. And we have wings like this, kind of gathering over there. And then a little bit of he's got his arm, one of these arms here. And then got a bit of a talon. It's kind of over that way. And comes over the thing, and so it's kind of like that. And it's got another one that's kind of visible down here. So maybe it's got a little branch. This goes like this, and then another one there. Maybe it branches off that way. There. And here we go. I am probably just going to make it blue. That's probably what I'm going to do. And let's go all the way off the page. There we go. Just a happy bird. Its eyeball probably about here. There. And these are watercolor pencils. Faber-Castell they're watercolor pencils. I may not do it blue, Damien. I may, I'm probably going to, and we're gonna do this just kind of like that. There we go. And it's got this little beaky thing going like that. Okay. But what I think I'm gonna do is we're gonna do a mix on this one. I'm gonna start first by laying in some burnt sienna. And that's gonna be just the limb this little bugger is on. And which one of these brushes do we do first? We don't. We're gonna do the bird in acrylics, and we're gonna do the background in watercolor. That's what we're gonna do. And we'll just use this brush here. And when a person first starts painting, they oftentimes hold their brushes like pencils. They're not really pencils, so it takes a while to train yourself how to hold a brush clear down at the end. I wish that all the music in the world wasn't copyrighted, and then I would play some music in the background. Doing this like that. That. I want to make sure I keep my elbow right out of the way. There's a part of me that's a little impatient. Essentially, it's coming up so close to dinner time that we're gonna lay this color in here like that. A little bit more of it in there. Yeah, it's not perfect. Come in and grab some of that color that's there, and we're just going to pull it in. Not perfect, but it's fine. It works. One of the things I like about the fluid or acrylics is that they dry pretty fast. I mean, they dry as fast as like watercolors do. I'm going to go back to that brush because I don't want it to... Make it a little darker in here. Can't really see that the other talon is in there. Oh, you gotta go. All right, well, you can always watch it on the playback, Damien, or you can go in and take a look at some of my long play videos. One of them's like 53 seconds long. There's two of them that I uploaded last night or this morning, and they are one of them's like 9 minutes long, and the other one is 50 seconds. And then there's some shorter videos of the wild turkeys. I forgot to ask, is this stream clear? I need to know because I don't often know if my live streams are clear. That's this coloration scheme here. I think I want to go back. All right. My next live will be in a couple days. I'm going to be really tired when I get done tomorrow and the next day. Probably Sunday will be my next live. Thank you for stopping in, Damon. I really appreciate your presence. All right, cool. This kind of clear stream. All right. I don't know if I want to do it like that. I think I'm going to want to go in and do some varieties of lighten up those blue colors. All right, so what we're going to do now, I'm going to pull into the mix here okay, we'll come down at the bottom here, and I'm going to come in, and we're going to pull into it. I want some different colors here. And come over here. This is a fluorescent blue. I want to give that bird in the picture has a little bit more shininess to its feathers. Just a little bit. I'm not going to use very much paint. And then we'll also use some of that primary cyan over there. I can use some magnesium hue, but I don't know if I want to use that much. How come I can't get this lid back on? It's like it's derailed here. It doesn't want to go on. I guess I got to clean out all that crap. Even just get it on enough so it doesn't dry out. I got a little bit of color here. We're going to thin this down. All right. So we have my guide. We're using this is my guide. We'll just put this right over here. I don't need to see it, but I need to see it. And I have a lot of, I don't want that on there. Okay. And we'll just kind of, we'll drag that down here. Let's just put a whole bunch more water in it, and we'll use these colors like they're watercolors. So what I'm using here, this is a number 2 liner brush. It's a number 2 liner brush. All right, so it's got a little green in there. That's good. Blue, green. It's got those kind of colors going on too. Actually, in my cards that are going to the art fair, I don't have any bird ones. I think this is the only bird one that's going to go. Make it his underbelly more like a what color is that? It's like a jade color. It's a really nice color, actually. Kind of a light color. I only have a few more minutes, and I'm gonna have to go really fast because it's time for him to start making dinner. I think texturally I should be running the brush the other direction, but it feels like by doing it this way that it almost like it's mimicking those natural feathers better. What do you think? The person who watches this on the replay, they get the storm for the first 10 minutes, and then it turns into a painting video. It's just a variety of stuff. That's what we got going on here, just a variety. There. So you can see just how fast it goes. You can go like really fast. Oh, Fatima, you came back. Welcome. A little more greeny here. Mm-hmm. And so how are you doing, Fatima? Uh-oh. got that talon that goes over that way. There we go. So it looks like your Blue Jays. Cool. That's good. That's good. I was like trying to think if I had any relatives that. Well, I had relatives that lived in Canada for a while, but they were homesteading there. Um, Homesteading there in like the 70s, but they came from here though, because I have those Mayflower roots of people, because my family has been on this continent for over 400 years. Eh, part of that doesn't look. Oh, I know. That's what. Here's how we do it, like that. 400 years, but not a. Here we go. All right. Maybe it's got some defining features of darker feathers in there. Hmm. I know when I was kind of younger, I was thinking, oh, I wonder if I could migrate to. When I was in my 20s, I was kind of thinking in terms of wondering if I could go live in another country. I was especially feeling that way after I went to Israel. I'm just going to make this a. There we go. And go back into this blue a little bit, and we'll darken it up here. Sort of a darker. It's not exactly what the color of its legs are, but there we go. And we'll just kind of put some of this color in this way. And come back in over there. Go around its facey there. Water just looks like dirty water. Try to smooth down the colors a bit. There we go. So we can come back in and get some more of those greeny tones. That was a green I made last night. Oh, it wasn't last night. It was the night before last. That's right, because I didn't do any. Well, no, I did do. I did those touch-up work on that mask, and then that other painting. That is. Hey, Jeff. Welcome. Welcome. Yeah. My art fair is tomorrow. Tomorrow, the art fair is tomorrow. Maybe we'll use some of that black on this thing here. That's a little texturing. That. I didn't really get as much done as I wanted to. It was just. Yeah, thank you. Thank you. It's going to be fun no matter what happens. You know, I didn't, because these cards are the things that I can sell for I can sell them for, I can't really demand too high of a price, but it's what, I sell them for under $10 each, and so things that you sell for under $10 each, you can generally sell a lot of. But I'm gonna price all of my art down, because nobody has any money, and so I would rather get rid of sell as much as I can sell versus trying to demand like a super high price. Let's go put some of this red in there. Kind of like use up the color. I mean, that was like from yesterday. Well, I'm really looking forward to our next talk. Well, we'll only do you can only do as well as you can, right? Get my arm right in the way. And come back over it with that other color. Maybe what we'll do is. Well, thank you. But Jeff, it's like you said. My dad used to say that to myself, that I sell myself short all the time. Yeah, I'm gonna so when it comes to applying for those phone card reading jobs, I think that I'm just gonna have to trust that eventually I'll get a job doing that. And try not to let my own insecurities rule what Well, let's see if we can do this here. I haven't. I was gonna maybe do the video. Let's come in. Let's see if it here. So here is my table setup, and let me see if I can change the auto rotate. Okay, so if we go look at here, this is part of the table. I don't have very much space. I haven't brought my cards in yet, so this is half the table. So this is some of my older work. This painting, and this painting were all done in 2021. This one over here, I think, was done in 2019. These ones were done in 2018, and these are like in 2018. And let's take a look here. Go back in and then these masks were done, and some of these here were done quite a long time ago. So it's kind of a collection of stuff. It's a collection of stuff from the past and the present. So the ones that I've done this year is this one, and so I look at it maybe this way. We have stuff from last year, this year, 2020, like 2019, 2018, 2024, 2020, 2018, that's not for sale, 2018, 2025, right there. That's this here's 2020, this is 2018, and this is the painting I just did a couple days ago. And what's going on this table is my cards. And then this one was done in 2024, and this one was done in 2025. So that's my setup here. If we look at it, and it's kind of funny if I go back to this one here. I had my niece, she's grandniece, she's like 8, but when she was 3 years old, the only paint that wasn't completely dry on the easel was the black, and she just happened to find it, and she put 3 little spots on there. And so yeah, these two here were done as a pair. And yeah, my wildfire skies. So anyways, no, those aren't ceramics. Those are paper mache masks. That was paper mache. Where was I at in the process here? Letting this stuff dry. Okay, we're gonna switch gears, and I'm gonna switch over to watercolor now. Put these brushes back over here, and Yeah, those paper mache masks I did last summer actually. Oh, you know, Jeff, by the time I may actually have my part of my uh, so what we're gonna do back here is I have this example. This was a greeting card somebody sent to my mom because my mom likes horses, and I wanted to do kind of a more ethereal background here on this thing. And so we'll switch over to watercolor now. And here we go. All right, well, good night, Fatima, and thanks for coming to hang out for a short time. So I'm just going to put this stuff in here. Just make the background like that go a little faster. There's a little spill over the color. It's fine. I have too much stuff on this table. But soon, I'm going to have my new set. I'm going to clean this space, and we'll have I'll do my talk shows against a bookshelf. And if I clean out those other things, and that's all going to happen soon. So what we're using here is a Van Gogh pocket box. I'm going to just put some yellow ochre in here. The beauty about combining acrylics and watercolors together is that the acrylics are a little bit more forgiving in that you can roll right over your image somewhat with the watercolors, and it won't completely disrupt your image. I think I want to make it the sky kind of like that, so it looks like the air itself is shimmering, like there's a whole lot of light all around. There's way too much stuff on this table. Let's put that on the floor. Okay. Welcome. Thank you very much for being here. Thank you very much for being here. Let's kind of dab that in there. It's a little harder to do this with the acrylics. Anyway, at least I found that I think it's kind of harder. I probably just need to try harder, and I can make the acrylics do this too. Get some of these golden colors in there. Just a little bit around here. Put a little green in there, so it has sort of a bit of a shimmering quality. That's what I like. It shimmers. Just like when I started this video out with the wind and that river of wind in the sky. There was a sense of everything was shimmering. Roaring, sort of a roaring kind of an effect. Maybe a little bit more of this over here. And a little bit more of that over that here too. And leave some white spaces in here, a lot of white spaces. And there's a lot of light coming through here. Just kind of brings this whole thing alive. The background there. I need to do one more of these before I go to bed. I got to get up at like some god-awful early time, be out of the house by 8 a.m. and or 8:30. I got to start leaving at 8 o'clock in the morning. I didn't really sleep very much last night, so we're going to try and cut all of my painting activities off by about midnight. And then we'll see how many more cards I can finish before then. It'd be nice if I could finish like 5 more cards. Like I said in another video, I had so much trouble this time just getting into a production mode. I'm going to put this over here. There we go. This looks really, really good. I really like this one. We'll put it in yellow around that foot, around that stuff. Leave the white spaces in there, some of the white spaces. And make it a little bit more like that over here, a little more cloudier. There's some foliage and so forth. There we go. I think I'll call this I do gotta wrap it up really fast here. There we are. I think that's done. What do you think? There's always more to be done, but you know, there's something to be said for going as fast as you can sometimes when you do this stuff. I'm going to sign my name on it. Hand-painted greeting blank greeting card on 11/6/2025, watercolor and acrylics. And acrylics. How do you spell acrylics? I know how to spell it. R-A-C-R. I should know how to spell it by now. A-Y-L-I-C-S. Acrylics. And there we have it. And one fast scene here. 2 pieces of art in an hour. Yeah, 2 pieces in just like a little over an hour. Here's this one. This is all acrylics. And this here is watercolor and acrylics. And this is what it looks like as a card. Still drying a little bit. Like that. And it says, oh, happy birthday. Printed right in there. Wraparound scene. I think I'm going to sell these. I don't know. I don't sell them for enough. That's for damn certain. Anyways. That's what we got for you guys. I'm going to be back later and do something new. Probably in 2 days. See you later. Bye-bye.